Hey, Mr. Clash here, and today we're going to have a look at the balance changes which just came out recently. Now, of course, we did have the update and we've got some balance changes since the update came out. These are pretty good balance changes, actually, to be honest with you. Now, further on as the balance changes are revealed, they start talking about hours. So as you can see there for the army camps at the moment, you've got 2 hours, 5 hours, 16 hours, 2 days, 3 days and 12 hours, 6 days and 12 hours, and so on. Further on, they ditch the days and hours scenarios. So 6 days and 12 hours will be 6.5 days. They do away with that and they just give the hours. So 6.5 days in just hours is 156 hours. So what I'm going to do is just on the right hand side, I'm going to place a little chart, let's just call it, of hours and days. So as we scroll through this information here, you'll be able to see something that's relevant to you. So if you see something that's relevant to you that says 120 hours or 108 hours, you can just have a look at the little chart and instantly see that that equals 4.5 days in the case of 108 hours. Okay, so let's begin. So firstly, everything has changes. So this is a rather long list and I'm just going to scroll through it. I'm not going to read everything out. So what I do suggest is if you are curious about some things, just pause the video. If you're on a computer and you've already started the video, you can of course just click anywhere within the video or hit the K button on your keyboard. That's the letter K. You hit that, that will pause the video. You hit it again, it will restart the video. Okay, so let's begin. So as you can see on the right hand side here, they have the amount of reduction time. So level 6 barbs, 2 days is the new upgrade time, which is a reduction of 33%. Okay, so we're talking about the upgrade times here. So you've got the barbs, or sorry, you've got the army camp first, and then you get the troop upgrades later. So these first ones are building times. So as you can see, town hall upgrade times. This is how many days it takes to upgrade the town hall, and so on. 4 days, 5 days, 7 days. As you can see that the elixir pumps to upgrade them. Now, I do know that I used to be frustrated at the upgrade of an elixir pump taking 5 days. It's like, come on, man, it's just an elixir pump, 5 days for that. So anyway, that meant 5 days times all 12 of them, or you're looking at 2 months to upgrade all your elixirs of builder time, 2 months of builder time. But we don't have that now. It's greatly reduced. Now, what that means, of course, is that everyone can scream through the upgrades. You can upgrade your town hall really, really fast now. And there is still an issue, and I will cover that issue as we come to it. But as you can see, all of these buildings are significantly faster. I would definitely say 25% to 40% in some cases, 50% in some cases, such as here, is significantly faster upgrade times. Of course, upgrading the lab is not upgrade troop times. We're going to come to those in a little bit as well. So cannons, of course, multiple upgrades in some of these cases. So at Town Hall 8, just for example, you had 3 upgrades on the Tesla. So the Tesla was 3 upgrades, and each of those 3 upgrades basically added up to 24 days for each Tesla at Town Hall 8. So once you were at Town Hall 7, you want to upgrade the Teslas at Town Hall 8. You had level 4, 5, and 6. That was 3 upgrades, 24 days. So as you can see here, level 4, 5, and 6 now, that does not equal 24 days. We've got 10 days, 14 days. So it's a 10-day saving in just Tesla upgrades, because otherwise it was 72 days of upgrading a Tesla just for one builder. So as we move on, you can just see all of these upgrade days have all been reduced. Remember that the upgrade days on times you see here are the new times, not the old ones. So it's not saying 12 hours Now take away 15% for 6 hours, 50% for 6 hours. It's not saying that. This is the new upgrade time, 12 hours instead of what would have been 1 day or 24 hours. So as we scroll through, like I said, if you want to stop the video, just to pause to have a little bit of a look, hit the K button, or if you're on a mobile device or a tab, just press in the middle of the screen, or I'm sure you know how to do your own stopping of the video. Barb King and Archer Queen upgrade time reduction. Now here we talk about just hours here. So 12 hours is half a day, 24, 36, 48 is 2 days, 60 hours is 2.5 days, 72 hours. Now this is where the old upgrade used to hit 7 days. So 72 hours and on. So everything after level 15 was 7 days. But 72 hours is 3 days. So this is a 4-day saving here on these ones. 84 hours is 3.5 days, as you can see in the chart that I've got on the right hand side there. So, and you don't even get to 7 days as a Town Hall 9, that having 15 troop levels upgrading at 7 days each. You don't get there. The last one is level 29 Queen going to level 30, and that's a 5-day upgrade. So that's a 2-day saving on that one. So you're not going to actually hit the 7-day upgrade time until level 39. Level 39 Queen going to max level 40 at Town Hall 10, 168 days. That is the first time the new upgrade time will take 7 days. So everything is less than 7 days now. Now, of course, that is really, really good, because it means that if you don't have, say, a book of heroes or something, if you're trying to upgrade a Town Hall 9 through the Town Hall 9 stage, you don't have to sit there having a whole week off war every time because you've got a hero down. It also means, or it should mean, I haven't checked it out yet, on my level 29 Queen on my alt, in terms of how much the gems will cost to upgrade her, but it obviously being 5 days instead of 7, it should not cost 1,000 gems for the 5 days, whereas with the 7 days it was costing. Also, we've got King and Queen regeneration times greatly reduced. So at level 30, it was roughly looking around about 45 minutes for a regeneration. So you can see here at level 30, we're now talking 28 minutes, which is pretty good, because to train a full army without a boost at level 9, Town Hall 9, is roughly about 30 minutes. So this was one of the bugbears, is that you're training an army that's done in 30 minutes. However, your heroes are still down for an extra 15 or 20 minutes or whatever. So as you can see now, even at level 40, max Town Hall 10, 34 minutes, you can train an army in 34 minutes. So the hero times is more closely matching the times it takes to train the troops. So level 50, obviously 40 minutes, up until we've got in 46 minutes for a level 60 hero to regenerate. Obviously that's max Town Hall 12, and at max Town Hall 12 you have the 280, is it 280, 260? Anyway, whatever it is, it's a greatly increased number of troop space, troop camps. Grand Warden time, regeneration time also has been reduced, not tremendously, as you can see. It's only kind of minor. I have always thought the Grand Warden's time is a little bit harsh. A level 1 Grand Warden taking half an hour to upgrade, to regenerate. However, having said that, you're going to be a Town Hall 11 at that point, so you'd have to assume that your King and Queen are down as well. So on that sense, yeah, I can see how it makes sense to have the Grand Warden taking that time. Spell reduction times, spell upgrade time reduction. Now you can see here level 6 lightning spell at 336, that's still 2 weeks. A level 5 at 156 is 6.5 days. So you go from 6.5 days to 2 weeks in one spell upgrade. That's just insane. And of course 176 276 hours is 11.5 days for a freeze. 228 hours for the poison is 9.5 days. For those who are subjected to that one, 9.5 days, 9.5 days for the earthquake, 9 days for the haste spell to level 3, so on. Clone, skeleton spell, max skeleton spell here, or at this level anyway, 216 hours is 9 days, of course. And now we've got the troop upgrade times reduced. Now, okay, level 7 barb, we're looking at 240 hours. That's 10 days. That's 10 days. So the biggest thing at Town Hall 8 and Town Hall 9 as well was that you could always finish your troops much faster. You'll finish your weapons much faster than your troop training time at Town Hall 9. You would upgrade your weapons. You've got 5 builders going. I'm assuming everyone would have 5 builders. If you hadn't done them by gems, just spend the money, get a few gems and get the builder. That's what I've always done. I couldn't be bothered saving up the gems. I always just dropped the cash, bought the gems, got the 5th builder. So 336 hours is, of course, 14 days for a level 8 giant. Just have a look at the chart on the right-hand side as we go through these. So it was always the upgrade time that was holding everything back. You would upgrade your weapons, and you didn't want to advance the town hall because you're now sitting here for an extra 6 months upgrading your troops. If you could upgrade the troops quicker and get into the game better. For me, as a max Town Hall 9, I always thought as soon as my heroes are maxed, I can now finally actually start to play the game as the game is meant to be played. That is, with maxed heroes. I never thought the game was meant to be enjoyed to its fullest by being underpowered. And I never really thought it made a tremendous amount of sense that as soon as I became a max Town Hall level and I could go to the next level, the first thing I did when I could finally enjoy the game as a maxed whatever was to go and make myself a weak something else. That never made a lot of sense to me. But of course I do have a Town Hall 10 I play, a Town Hall 9. I've got a few Town Hall 9s. So in this case, I'll probably take one of them up to Town Hall 10 and might even jump that up to Town Hall 11. I'll see how I feel. The way that the state of Town Hall 9 is at the moment. Again, 276 hours for the Lava Hound is 11.5 days if you have a look at the little chart that I've got written there on the right hand side. Like I said, just pause the video if you want to compare the chart with the numbers that you can see. And there we go. That is it. They are all the upgrade times. Now it remains to be seen. I haven't gone through adding up all the upgrades on as far as the times go to see how long it would actually take if you had a lab going non-stop to actually upgrade everything at Town Hall 9 from Town Hall 8 and then from Town Hall 9 to Town Hall 10. I haven't actually had a look at that by adding up all the hours with a non-stop working lab because, like I said, if you're waiting for troops, you've upgraded half your troops or only a quarter of the troops, but all of your weapons are done. It's sort of not really an enjoyable thing because you still can't play to the maximum ability. But just get rid of that. So there we go. They are all the changes, the balance changes which came out in the maintenance break that we only just had. And here they are in video for you to refer back to in case the text here gets lost. You'll always be able to find this video to be able to refer back to it, share it with clanmates who maybe don't have access to the forums and so on and so forth and things like that. So, of course, this not being a war recap video, we do have to have a question of the day. And the question of the day is this. How do you make a fire with 2 sticks? How do you make a fire? And it's not rubbing them together. How do you make a fire with 2 sticks without rubbing them together? The answer is you make sure one of them is a match. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Hope you found this useful. Do please share this with your clanmates, either through Line or Discord or whatever system that you use for sharing information, so that people that don't have access to the forums can actually see all of the details on everything they want to have a look at. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.